Did you know that most Americans over 60 never make it to 81? It's a number that might sound cold, just a statistic on paper. But behind it are real lives. Mothers, grandfathers, best friends, people who had plans, stories to tell, and birthdays they never got to see. The truth is, it's not just about what we're born with. It's about the small habits we carry every day. The little things that either protect us quietly or slowly wear us down without us even realizing. Now, don't worry, this isn't a lecture and it's not too late. You're here, you're listening, and that means something powerful. You care about your life. You care about what's ahead. And I believe you deserve more than just years. You deserve good years. So today, let's gently uncover the hidden reasons why many people never reach 81. And more importantly, what you can still do about it. Let's talk about it. 1. Ignoring subtle signs. The body always whispers before it screams. It's easy to brush things off when we've been through so much in life. A little fatigue? I'm just tired. A weird ache? Probably nothing. But here's the quiet truth. Our bodies never go silent. They whisper first. And if we ignore the whispers, eventually they start to scream. Take George, for example. He's 67, retired from a long career in postal delivery. He prided himself on never missing work and never complaining. But last year, he started feeling short of breath just walking to the mailbox. He shrugged it off. Probably the heat, he told his wife. By the time he saw a doctor, his heart had already begun to fail. Not because he didn't care, but because he didn't know that this small thing was actually his body's first cry for help. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that early symptoms of serious conditions like heart disease, kidney decline, or even diabetes often appear as vague discomfort, things like swollen ankles, mild confusion, or unusual tiredness. These are not signs of just getting old. They are signs that something deeper might be happening. So what can you do? Start by listening. Keep a journal. Nothing fancy. Just a notebook by your bed. Each night, jot down how you felt that day. Over time, patterns will emerge. And if something feels off, talk to someone, even if it feels small. Because when you listen to your body's whispers, you give yourself a better chance at reaching 81 and doing it with strength. Comment yes if this sounds like something you or someone you love has gone through. 2. Staying seated too long. Stillness is silently dangerous. We often think of rest as a reward, and it is. But past a certain point, too much stillness doesn't heal. It harms. Sitting for hours on end, whether it's watching TV, reading, or scrolling through a phone, slowly chips away at circulation, heart health, and even brain sharpness. And the tricky part? It doesn't hurt. It feels comfortable. Let me tell you about Ellen. She's 74, a retired school teacher who now lives alone. She says, I love my quiet mornings with coffee and the news. Then I'll watch a bit of television, maybe do a crossword, and before I know it, it's dinner time. She rarely noticed that she sometimes sat for 6, even 8 hours without standing. Last fall, she had a minor fall that led to a major hip injury. The doctor told her gently, your muscles just weren't ready to catch you. Studies from Harvard now link prolonged sitting to a greater risk of cardiovascular disease, even in people who don't smoke or have high blood pressure. It's not just about movement, it's about frequency. Our bodies need micro movements, often. So what can you do? Try this. Set a soft alarm every hour. When it rings, stand up. March in place. Roll your shoulders. Even just walking to the sink and back makes a difference. If you're watching a show, stand during commercials. If you're reading, stretch between chapters. You don't need a gym. You need movement, often and gently. It keeps your blood flowing and your years growing. If this sounds familiar, hit like. It helps this message reach someone who needs it. 3, eating light, but not right. As we get older, many of us start eating less, and it seems like the smart thing to do. Smaller appetite, fewer cravings, slower metabolism. So we grab a piece of toast for breakfast, maybe skip lunch, a little soup for dinner. But here's the problem. Light doesn't always mean right. Let's talk about Sam. He's 70, widowed, and lives in a small apartment in Arizona. After his wife passed, he stopped cooking real meals. He told his daughter, I don't need much. A banana here, a sandwich there. But when he went for his yearly checkup, his doctor found signs of muscle loss, low iron, and even mild malnutrition, despite Sam being a normal weight. As we age, our bodies need fewer calories, but more nutrition. That means more protein to protect muscle, more vitamins like B12 and D to keep energy and bones strong, more fiber to keep digestion moving. Unfortunately, many seniors don't even realize they're undernourished because they're not hungry. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 1 in 3 older adults in the US is at risk of nutrient deficiencies, even if they're eating daily. So what's the fix? Don't just eat less, eat smarter. Add a boiled egg to breakfast. Sprinkle chia seeds into oatmeal. Have a handful of nuts with afternoon tea. Keep a few frozen vegetables on hand to toss into soup or pasta. These tiny upgrades can add years, strong, active years to your life. Know someone who eats light but not right? Share this with them. 4. Letting loneliness linger, because the heart feels what the eyes can't see. We don't often think of loneliness as a health issue, but it is, a powerful one. You can feel fine physically, no pain, no illness, and still be carrying a heavy, invisible weight inside. Let me tell you about Dolores. She's 76, lives in a quiet suburb, and used to be very active in her church. But after her husband passed and her best friend moved away, her days grew quieter. She told her neighbor one day, "I talk to the radio now, just so I hear a voice." It wasn't depression, at least not at first. But slowly, Dolores stopped attending group events. She skipped doctor's appointments. She even stopped cooking for herself. When her daughter finally came to visit, she was shocked by how frail Dolores had become. All within a year. According to the CDC, chronic loneliness increases the risk of premature death by nearly 30%. It weakens the immune system, raises blood pressure, and even affects memory. That's not just emotional. That's physical and serious. But here's the hopeful part. The cure doesn't have to be complicated. Reach out, even if it feels awkward. Join a group, a walking club, a book circle, a senior's tea time. Call someone once a week, even just to chat about the weather. Write letters, volunteer, or attend events at your local library or community center. Human connection isn't a luxury, it's medicine. If you've ever felt this kind of quiet loneliness, comment "me too," and know you're not alone. Skipping sleep, the quiet habit that speeds up aging. I'll catch up tomorrow, we say. I don't need as much sleep these days anyway. But here's the surprising truth. After 60, your body needs better sleep, not less. Sleep is when your brain takes out the trash. It clears away toxins, repairs cells, balances hormones, and keeps your heart rhythm steady. When we skimp on it, especially night after night, we slowly wear down from the inside out. Let's look at Richard. He's 69, a former factory manager. He says he hasn't slept through the night in years. "I'm always waking up at 3 or 4. I just sit in the dark and wait until morning." At first, it seemed harmless. But then came memory issues, irritability, and his blood pressure began to spike. His doctor connected the dots. Poor sleep was quietly sabotaging his health. According to the National Sleep Foundation, older adults who consistently get fewer than 6 hours of quality sleep per night are at significantly higher risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline. So, what can you do? Create a simple bedtime ritual. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Sip a warm, non-caffeinated tea. Keep lights dim. Stretch gently or listen to calming music. And most importantly, keep your schedule consistent. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Sleep isn't wasted time, it's healing time. And it's one of the strongest predictors of long life, and a joyful one. If sleep has become tricky for you, hit like. Let's normalize this important conversation. 6. Carrying stress without letting it go. Because your cells feel everything. You've likely heard this before. Don't let it get to you. But for many people over 60, stress isn't just a bad day. It's a lifetime of worries carried quietly. Bills, health issues, family dynamics, the fear of becoming a burden. You hold it in because that's what strong people do, right? Let me introduce you to Carol. She's 73, a mother of 3, grandmother of 7. On the outside, she's graceful and composed. But inside, she's constantly running through lists. Her son's divorce, her aching joints, the rising cost of groceries. She doesn't complain. She just swallows it. Day after day. One afternoon, she had a panic attack while gardening. She thought it was a heart attack. At the hospital, they told her her body was exhausted from months of silent stress. Chronic stress increases inflammation, weakens your immune system, and accelerates cellular aging. According to a Harvard Health study, people who regularly suppress or ignore stress signals age faster biologically, even if they look healthy on the outside. So what can you do? Let it out in safe, simple ways. Write in a journal. Talk to a trusted friend. Practice deep breathing in the morning. Even gentle movement like Tai Chi or walking can help clear the nervous system. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to stop carrying it alone. If this speaks to you, comment, "I'm learning to let go." Someone else might need to see it. If any part of today's video felt familiar, that's not a reason to worry. It's a reason to feel empowered. Because the truth is, you're already doing something most people never do. You're paying attention. You're learning. You're showing up for your future self. The road to 81 and beyond isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring wisdom and making quiet, loving choices for your mind and body. Maybe that means standing up once an hour. Maybe it's adding a little protein to your breakfast. Maybe it's calling someone you miss, or finally saying, "I need rest," and giving yourself permission to take it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. And when you do these small things every day, and they become your superpower. So here's to you, not just making it to 81, but making it there with joy, clarity, and the dignity you deserve. If this video spoke to you, consider subscribing. We're building a quiet, wise community. One breath, one habit, one story at a time. You're not alone. You're aging gracefully. And that, my friend, is something worth celebrating.